Hi, and welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance, where we want to check up on the charlatan if his trade is going better now.
How are you?
About that rest.
Yes.
I
Take
think it's not time yet. Either stop the brave lads by force or let them go. What brave lads? What brave lads? What brave lads? What brave lads? Where are they?
Rabbit paws of all colors, shapes, and sizes.
I want to check if they're at the hill again. I'm gonna see in a second.
Yeah.
Objective failed. Go and see the charlatan in the morning.
Closer, my friend. Far at the
No rest for the wicked failed.
today.
What?
Of their true value.
We didn't fail the quest. We did fail the quest. Okay. I'm looking that up. So it seems that this quest is known to be bugged since the DLC came out and was never
About that rest.
Yes,
fixed.
Yes, I need it right away.
I understand. I'm sure you'll be more than satisfied with it.
But I won't be drinking it. Fortunately.
Good luck then.
So something happened after Mask of Infinite Allure recipe. So I assume that something is bugged with this quest. Some stuff should be happening that I should be aware of at a point in the quest, and maybe just that didn't appear. Maybe those guys then reformed and got back to the thing. So I should have slept at the grave, but the quest didn't specify that to me. Weird. Okay, so quest is bugged. There's no use. Nobody was ever able to fix the bug quest. So we just have to go with the recipe now. Antidote, Bane potion. Fake blood is now in it. Megoric potion, Lazarus potion, Aesop potion, chamomile brew, Marriott remedy, Nighthawk, poison, lullaby, pet food. Are you fucking... You're fucking kidding me? That's a real recipe again. No, I know what happened. You have to read it to learn it. And now I have to go through the whole book again. Yay. No, it's in the beginning. Okay. We have all the stuff. And we have to use the down arrow, that's water. Okay. And then let's see, what do we have to do? Water, 1 handful of sage, 1 marigold, and 1 comfrey and a cave mushroom. Grind sage. So grind sage and start with grinded sage. 1 sage it was. So that's the only thing we have to grind. To grind that and then put it in, and then we'll have to add marigold and comfrey at the same time. So 1 marigold, 1 comfrey, Gonna mix them together in the dish already. So this will go in at the same time. So we now brew the sage for 3 turns, add the stuff and brew for 1 more turn, and then add the cave mushroom. Okay. Can we hold the dish and still do stuff like the sand glass? Yeah, we can. Okay. So for 3 turns. I can't use the bellows anymore. There is no... There's no button to set stuff down. No! No! Fuck you, game. Fuck you, game. Why is there no button for setting stuff down again? Asshole game. Real? You don't have all ingredients! What am I even missing? Fuck it! What do I need? Cave mushroom, sage, marigold, comfrey. What am I missing? It's not another food, it's another. Cave mushroom. I have no comfrey. Marigold. What was the 4th thing? I already forgot. Sage. Yeah, I'm missing sage. You fucking asshole game. God damn. I don't like how you treat my time. You're really not nice to me in terms of time going on. God damn it. Cost me like 2 minutes again. Okay, I'm doing the stupid recipe now again, which we start by setting anything up. Then we have to grind the sage. We have to start with the water, of course. Which has in prolonged animation that you can't abort like anything in this game. Fuck you, game, for that. Then we'll put the sage in here and grind it for 2 minutes, because we definitely have to watch this animation for the 17th time. You can't use the bellows while you're holding a dish in your right hand. Yes, of course not, asshole game. And how would I know that? I have no idea. So 1 marigold in the dish, not in the thing. 1 comfrey in the dish, not in the thing. Okay, so now 3 turns, 1 turn, let it cool so it doesn't spoil. Okay. Turn the sand glass for the first turn. Turn the sand glass for the second turn. Turn the sand glass for the third turn. Take the dish, put in the stuff in the cauldron, turn the sand glass for 1 turn, wait till it cools down. If it stops boiling before the sand glass is gone, we'll have to boil longer. No. Okay. Now we need anti-bellows to let it cool down, which doesn't work, so whatever. Add the cave mushroom, but do not cook. Then we can take the file and take it. Wow. I'm very disappointed by the game now. Because of the quest failing. That's the most... that's the big thing. The quest failing. That really troubled me. Okay, I'm seeing you in Rete. Why did the stupid quest... This bug, how does it come that it's not fixed after a year? I think they're too preoccupied with their second game. They're not taking care of this game anymore. They want to add the DLC and that's it. And they didn't take care of whether the DLC was working or not. He's over there again. So let's go to the baths here to bring him a stupid potion.
God almighty, can't you see?
How are you, Henry?
That horse of yours is
Greetings. What do you need?
I got you that potion from the charlatan.
What charlatan? He's a man of learning who even cured the Pope of impotence. But thanks, Henry. I really appreciate your help. Once I drink this potion, every woman will faint at my feet. But I'm only interested in one. The fairest creature on God's green earth.
Yeah, the butcher's daughter, I know. And then what?
A rendezvous. She and I, under the cloak of night. And you shall be my herald of exalted words. You will hide and prompt me from a book of poetry.
I'll do what?
Here's a book of poems. I'll need a little time to get ready. Meanwhile, you can learn some poems off by heart. You'll prompt me.
Learn poetry? Me? That sounds... well, not exactly...
Stop wasting time and get to it. Come back to me in a couple of hours. I have to get dressed up and groomed, and it'll take a while before the potion takes effect. God be with you.
Wait until Sir Hans is ready. We parted with the Mask of Infinite Allure, and we got another one of the Anthology of Love poems. So that's where I should get my poems to read from him. So let's read that. Okay. I'm noting some stuff down on a piece of paper. Okay, I wrote down all of the poems. I just straight up copied them. Because I assume he'll forget how the poems work and will screw them up, and I'll have to be his souffleur. I think you say souffleur to that. And yeah, so that I'm ready for it. So I'm going up to the castle where we will meet, I assume. Or somewhere in Rete we'll meet. I'll just stand here in Perkstein's courtyard.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
Waiting here in Perkstein's courtyard and see when he's ready. Ah. No, that's ready turn failed. But his thing has gone up again, so Hans is ready. So don't let him wait.
Are you ready, Sir Hans?
Henry, something's gone wrong.
Open up. I'm not going to talk to the door.
Oh god, the Mask of Infinite Allure.
Potion tasted rather odd, and now I have a feeling my face is broken out. How do I look?
You're imagining it, sir. You look as irresistible as ever, if not more.
But I feel as if I just fell face first into a nettle patch.
You're just a little flushed from the excitement. It'll pass.
If you're sure.
He has a rash
So
on his
what do you
face.
think? Can we go to the rendezvous?
Why wait? Carolina won't be able to resist you.
All right then. Lead on, heart. And you, Henry, follow me.
Follow Sir Hans to Carolina's. If he could run, it would really be a help. He's very slow. He's even slower than normal walking speed. If I like, that's the slowest I can walk. And I did say that this game did the walking along thing great, but it doesn't. It seems it doesn't. Oh, I think we'll have to hide later. Whatever. We'll be fine. And I think the game just saved, so it will be fine.
Tell me, Henry, how many girls have you had in your life? If you've had any at all, that is.
Well, there's been a few, but I'm sure I can't compare with you.
Ha! Very true. One day plays will be written about my amorous adventures.
Comedies or tragedies?
That might depend on how things go tonight.
I remember 2, 3 girls. Bianca also counts. Bianca, Teresa, and Lady Stephanie. So, a tavern wench, a miller's daughter, and a lady. Not bad. Oh, and the tavern wench from Ushitz in that quest where we got drunk with the priest. That was one of the most graphic ways of sex scenes in computer games that I ever saw. I think.
There's another very pretty girl living in this house here, but she's already got a suitor.
Since when has that ever bothered you?
Since the time her fellow threw me headfirst into a dung heap and kicked my ass for good measure.
It seems your future subjects don't hesitate to take a stick to you when it comes to minding the womenfolk.
I doubt he would have done it if he recognized me. I was, incognito.
So why doesn't he get scolded for not having a torch out? I have no idea. Let's look at that rash in your face. Wow. Okay, that doesn't look good. I hope we still arrive at that, because I did stop him now. Come on. Can't you be a bit faster? I thought you would want to meet her at the butcher and not...
We're almost there. You'll hide behind a gravestone or in the bushes and don't budge from there. Otherwise you might scare her off.
Behind a gravestone or in the bushes, okay.
Hide, Henry. Time to get started.
How do you know it's her who will come out and not someone else?
She got the letter and necklace, didn't she? She knows that that is, her secret admirer is coming.
And what am I supposed to do?
What do you think, dolt? Prompt me from that book of poetry.
Conceal yourself. Yeah, game saved. Right.
Who's there? I can't see you.
Your most ardent admirer, fair maid.
Uh-huh. And do you have a name?
What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would still be a flower, wouldn't it? Start. How?
Okay, which one? Which poem?
What are you saying? I can't hear you.
I like the first one most.
Gentle night, why linger on? I yearn thus for my love so long. Without her words to still my breast, who shall set my soul to rest?
Gentle night, why linger on? I earned this from my love so long.
This.
Whip out your worthy silky breasts. Who shall suck my salty bits?
Wow.
No. And now my heart in sorrow dwells, from melancholic pining swells, since I, alas, was forced to part from the mistress of my heart.
I know my horses sort of well. Some alcohol from 9 to 12. Seems I always have whores apart from the mistress of my heart.
What the fuck?
What on earth are you saying?
What's that hissing?
It's, a feral goose here in the bushes.
Home was burned to ashes by Sigismund's hordes.
That's the last line. Yeah.
Ah, Lord, let me not wait in vain. I long to see my love again. O gentle sir, be of good cheer. I shall not cling to another dear.
Landlord, let me not wait in vain.
Landlord?
I long to sing and laugh again. O gentle sir, get off your chair. I shall not bring you another beer.
Jesus, Henry, what kind of yokel nonsense are you babbling? Me? You're the one who's babbling?
You're an odd one. I've never heard such peculiar poetry in my life. Where on earth did you come up with it?
I wouldn't beg, good neighbours. But
It's the latest fashion in France.
You've done enough harm. Better shut up and leave it to me.
How did you like it, dearest?
Ah, how tender you are. Father is coming! Hide!
Who is that talking? If it's some dandy again, I'll gut him with my filleting knife.
I didn't hear anyone.
Did you hear what he said?
Right under our window.
But I have a bad feeling about this, Hans. I think we should...
Are you still there?
Still here, my love. How could I have apart from you?
Father's coming! He'll kill you!
He will not. Because it'll never cross his mind where I'll be. Henry, it's time for me to claim my prize. Whatever happens, cover my back. There you are, you seducer! Now you'll see how a butcher protects his daughter's honor.
Buy me time.
You got some explaining to do, you bastard!
Oh god. Fist
What are
fight?
you after?
Or, okay,
you bastard
talking.
sneaking around an honest citizen's house in the dark?
I went to mourn over the grave of my great-grandmother.
Oh, yeah. Then what are you doing right beneath my window, eh?
Now, the question is, why are you trampling on great-granny's grave, eh?
Enough of your horse shit. One more word, and I'll have you.
You really came.
How could I not, my dearest?
Not so fast, Prince Charming. But, since you're here...
Hey, what was that?
What was what?
That noise. I'm sure I heard a strange noise.
We're here in the cemetery. Maybe restless spirits, what do you reckon?
I'd swear it came from the window of my own house.
What's that got to do with me?
Someone's been creeping around after my daughter. I come out, and I find you here. Quite a coincidence, eh? So, out with the truth.
You're quite mistaken. I've never laid eyes on your daughter, and if she looks anything like you, I'd rather keep it that way.
Why, you fucking...
Mon petit lapin.
There's a lace here. Untie it.
Don't try
Okay,
to make
that
a fool
easy?
of me. I heard it clearly. What was that?
Are you all right? It seems to me you're hearing things other folk can't hear. That's not good.
You're saying I'm hearing voices in my head?
Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. St. Euphrosyne of Polotsk heard voices too, and she founded a monastery and churches and things.
I heard voices too. Well, could have been voices. I wouldn't swear to it though.
Look, fellas, I was standing right here and I didn't hear a thing. Do you take me for a madman?
Whatever you are, I want to know what you're doing under my daughter's window and who was talking to her. I heard it clear as day.
My home, my family, my livelihood.
Good neighbour, it can't be denied that old age dulls a man's ears. I'm here alone, praying for the souls of the good people resting in the cemetery. I've nothing to do with your daughter.
That voice sounded different to yours, though. But where did he get to? You must have seen him. Unless you're covering for him.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Yasem skutni hori kodelnikov sin.
What the fuck are you playing at? My patience is wearing thin.
Yasem skutni hori kodelnikov sin.
Jesus, stop your damn screeching.
Nakopech kustala plakala. Jezu Maria volala. Jezu Maria, Jezu Jemine. Buddha letu chlapec nebone. Buddha letu chlapec nebone.
Christ almighty. Let's go, fellas. This one ain't right in the head. The guards will have him for screeching after curfew. Let's not get mixed up in it. But if I ever see you here again, I'll beat some sense into your idiot skull.
Okay, and we bought time for Sir Hans.
What am I to do? A poor wretch whose
That
home was burned
actually
to
went
the ground
well.
by
Go and see Lord Capon in the morning. Okay. Then let's call my horse right to my room in Perkstein.
Yeah.
And then sleep to the morning. What? I rode through that guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a bit weird. Okay, I'll see you in the morning. He says morning, but yeah, okay. I really liked the singing madman thing that was going on there. That was really good. I was always, every time I have a dialogue decision, I'm panicking and really struggling with it, and then it went really good.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
How did it go with Carolina, Sir Hans?
Henry, it was the most wonderful night of my life. She was completely entranced by my courting. I hardly had to touch her, and she melted in my arms. And then she took me to paradise. It was glorious. It was sublime. Thanks, in part, to you, my faithful henchman and messenger of love. You've earned your reward.
It was an honour, Sir Hans. When are you going to see her again?
Oh, I'm not going to see her again. All beautiful things must come to an end, and, after all, I am a nobleman, and she is the butcher's daughter.
Well, that's how it ends, with the love of your life. After the secret gifts, the letters, the intrigues, reciting poetry in the moonlight.
My eloquence was wasted on her, Henry. Imagine, the silly cow couldn't even read. She returned the letter to me unopened. Here's the letter, Henry. Read it. At least you're capable of appreciating my literary talent. Read and learn from a poet. See you later.
Okay. Read and learn. Read and learn. Oh god. My sweetest, I'm your most devoted secret admirer. Secret, for until I know you long for me as I do... until I know you long for me as I do for you, I shall not make myself known to you. But once we know each other, then, my beloved poppet, I shall caress your tits, and then I shall seek out the treasure you have carried with you since birth. For there's no lovelier creature than you. I only have to think of you, and I raise a battle tent, the likes of which even Sigismund would envy. You must be mine and none others. I shall take you to paradise and back. You shall meet all the angels in heaven and call out to God more loudly than ever before. If you want to feel like no woman has ever felt before, put on this necklace tomorrow, and I shall know that I should come to you in the night and slip inside your secret garden, your most ardent secret admirer. That's a good love letter. It's a really good love letter. A weird one at that.
I'm sure we can come to some agreement, your lordship.
Well, bearing in mind, Master Butcher, that we have nothing to come to agreement about yet.
Well, yes, sir. No, sir. Well, I thought I ought to let you know what happened. My daughter's good name could be dragged through the mud. And his young lordship's too, of course.
Well, only if she should find herself with a permanent reminder.
Oh, well, that could happen yet, sir, couldn't it? If her belly starts to grow. You know how word gets around, and
Well, folk would assume that Sir Hans is the father, even if some other young fellow was to come along in the meanwhile. And, well, you know, and we already know the girl can't be watched.
Are you trying to blackmail me? Have you forgotten that I am the lord of this town, and that you are nothing but a stinking butcher?
Oh, God forbid, sir. I'm just thinking of his young lordship's reputation and my girl's. But, of course, if his young lordship was to recognize the bastard as his own and pay for his upbringing...
You can thank your lucky stars you're the only butcher around here. Otherwise, I'd have you out on your ear this very day.
But, sir, I'm only...
Here, take this, you damn scoundrel, and never show your face here again.
Thank you, your lordship. I'm sure this will be enough. Thank you, sir. Thank you kindly.
Blasted fool Capon. I'll wring his neck. I'll have his balls on a platter!
Yeah. Okay. Can't talk to Hans Capon anymore, because I think the quest's done. Yeah, quest's done. Yeah, we have one quest in Ledechko, one quest here, one quest between Rete and Ledechko, but a few episodes ago we learned about Matthew and Fritz having trouble again at the Inn in the Glade. So I'm going to be riding there now. So to the Inn in the Glade it is, where there were 2 quest giver tokens. Yeah. Okay, and we're back at the tavern where there are the 2, at the Inn in the Glade to be more precise, where there are at least 2 more guys that have jobs for me. One of them is Fritz, and the other might be Andrew. So let's talk to Fritz.
How's it going? Good money, eh?
What? What money?
Oh, look, yeah, go and talk to Matthew first.
Well, all right.
Okay, not Fritz, but Matthew. Upstairs or indoors? I assume he's indoors talking to the tavern wench normally.
Here's your share.
My share of what? What the hell are you on about?
Well, that thing with Thomas, somehow his ring ended up with us.
Are you out of your tiny mind? If anyone finds out you robbed him, we'll all be fucked.
Take it easy. It wasn't theft exactly. We all know he stole that ring himself. So if it comes out, he'll be in the shit too. He'll keep his mouth shut.
Where'd you find someone willing to buy and not ask too many questions?
It wasn't easy, but then Fritz thought of Andrew.
And how did it go with him?
Well, first he didn't seem too keen, but when he saw the ring, he bought it off us. Actually, I'm not surprised. After all, we'll spend all the money on booze here anyway.
What now? What will you do next?
Now that you mention it...
Out with it then. What have you thought up now?
I can't help myself. It's force of habit. We tried to be good at Sasau.
And it didn't work?
Exactly. We broke our backs working in the mill.
And they drove you out?
And they drove us out. The only worthwhile thing we did recently was give that wastrel a thrashing, take his ring, and sell it to Andrew.
I'm not sure I like where you're going with this.
And where's that? No one in the country gives a damn about the law. And if we knock some thief over the head in the woods, or ambush some wagon with supplies for Sigismund's soldiers, I won't lose any sleep over it.
Those swine deserve even worse. But that's what Sir Hanush is here for, isn't he? What can we do?
Wake up, for Christ's sake! It's war! They skewered your parents, didn't they? They fucking burned down our fucking village, didn't they? Don't you give a damn about that?
Of course I fucking do.
And now, there's a herd of swine ransacking Skalitz. Those fuckers are trampling over the ashes of Jeremiah, and Desmond, and Siegfried, and Tristan.
Let's chop those bastards to pieces, one after the other.
I can't let it go, Hal. Even if I have to do it on my own, I'll put the fear of God into those bastards.
We'll strike fear into the fuckers.
I knew we could rely on you, Hal. I knew it.
Okay.
So, what's the plan?
Well, I thought Andrew the innkeeper here could help us, but he's nervous. Best ask Fritz. He sorted out selling the ring, and he knows Andrew better.
All right, I'll do that. I was wondering, did we all get equal share?
No, you got less, but still plenty.
Well, all right then. I'd like you to teach me how...
Certainly.
Have I reached 15 yet?
All right, but it'll...
Yes, we have.
Now.
Game saved and black screened. Okay. So let's learn. What's our quest again? Fritz and Matthew have hatched a plan which usually means lots of fun and lots of mischief. Find out from Fritz how to talk to Andrew. Okay. Andrew, you have that exclamation point since the beginning of the game. That one.
Would you have a job for me? Maybe you're in need of some supplies?
Fresh meat.
No problem. I can go to Ratai and buy some for you.
I could send a stable boy for that. I'm talking about game.
Game? But that's near impossible to buy. I'd have to hunt it myself.
I am the hunting master. It's not against the law.
Of course. I'd pay you well for anything you bring me. Even more if it's something in particular I want. And if you help me out here and there, I'll teach you something useful in return.
That's an interesting proposition.
Okay, delicacies.
Are you after some meat?
Indeed. I was going to do hare and cream sauce. I've got everything I need, except the hare.
Okay, hare. I just wanted to get rid of that thing always being here. Fritz.
Glad to fuck.
Why do we need Andrew at all? Without him, there'll be more left for us.
In case you haven't noticed, everybody and his brother goes through this inn. Andrew knows everything that goes on in the county. And we'll have to fence a loot somewhere, and that's no easy matter.
Okay,
Goodbye.
so far we've heard nothing about the real plan, and that's the perfect point to read the last book that my horse holds. I think it's the last one. Yes, it is. And end this episode so that in tomorrow's episode we can learn about the plan and then execute it. So let's read that one book that we have, the last one, The Kingdom of Bohemia. As far back as the memories recorded in our great chronicles do stretch, our land has been fertile and settled in great abundance and offered refuge to many and succeeded other countries in beauty and bounty. Before the waning of the first millennium, two empires did exist side by side, the great Moravian Empire and the disunited Duchy of Bohemia, in which the Premiership dynasty did reign supreme, and Saint Wenceslas, the patron saint of the land, did hail from this lineage, as did his brother Boleslaus I, who solidified power and unified the land. His son Boleslaus II did promote the parish of Prague into the diocese of Prague, and thus the land did join the Holy Roman Empire, although no ruler of the Premiership lineage had yet received the title of king. The first to do so was Wratislaus II, who in the year of our Lord 1086, for coming to the aid of the emperor during the attack on Milan, which we read about, did earn himself the crown. But his progeny did not have such fortune until Ottokar defended his inherited right to the crown. It would have been natural for him to then occupy the neighboring land of Moravia, but he did not, for he wisely and peacefully charged his son with administering this land, and thus did make of Moravia a march, which later became not an imperial fiefdom but a royal fiefdom belonging to the Bohemian crown. But the Premierships were not meant to rule for long, for a murderous hand did intervene, and this great dynasty was slayed by the sword, and the empty throne did then fall to the Luxembourgs, who did annex to this country other territories of great size, so that the kingdom of Bohemia nearly stretched from sea to sea. The most famed of kings of Bohemia, and the kings of the Romans in the same man, was Charles IV of Luxembourg, who did establish great wealth and bounty for the entire land, and its fame did spread, for he did promote the diocese to an archdiocese, and did command for a great university at Prague to be built, and a new town with a stone bridge to connect it to the old. That bridge is still standing, and it's great. The university at Prague did become the home of many a learned man, and Prague did become the seat of the empire. Charles' firstborn son, Wenceslas IV, was bequeathed a land of great riches and prosperity by his father, but he did devote himself more to horse and drink than to wise rule. He did set up his own bishops against Rome and against each other, and his incompetence as a ruler was so great that his own brother, who had inherited the ways of a ruler from his father, had him taken prisoner and dethroned. A note: what has been written here about the good King Wenceslas is a blatant lie. Sigismund, that ginger fox, is the son of a whore and traitor to the land. King Wenceslas is the one true king. That's a good note at the side of that. Okay, I'm gonna stash away that book. I'm gonna sleep to save my game. If you're wondering why I always sleep to save my game, it's because this is one of the games that's refusing to be recorded properly by OBS, and I have to do a screen recording, for which I have to exit out of the game and go into the game every time I want to start a recording. And this game crashes if I go to desktop without just by pressing like the Windows key or alt-tabbing out of it. This game will crash, so I have to do it in a way that where I save and close the game, and to save on Savior Schnaps, I'm doing the saving by sleeping. So tomorrow we will go for Matthew and Fritz's masquerade quest, and help Fritz, Matthew and Andrew to plunder from some humans. Have a nice day, see you tomorrow.